What if you only had 15 years left to live? What would you do? So talking to a lady today, this morning, nice lady, out of Ohio, Fort Dead in Ohio. Like my Hartford Whalers, Carolina Hurricanes, yeah, beat my Bruins. Freaking Hartford Whalers, that used to be the Carolina Hurricanes, used to be the Hartford Whalers, just FYI. Anyway, talking to a lady today, 61 years old, single, don't spend that much. Basically, Social Security is going to cover the bulk of her income needs. Only had like 300,000, something like that, quote, only, unquote. Lives in a house that's worth 130,000 bucks. Raised on a farm. Doesn't live on a farm now, but just wants to make sure she doesn't run out of money. And we're sitting there, just chatting. And I can't stress this enough, my friends. We can play until you're 90 or 95 all day long. The vast majority of us don't live that long. And the vast majority of us will not live that long. Now, she has a situation where her dad, I can't remember how old the dad was, but he started slowly digress into dementia, and she's got to take care of him. And that sucks, dude. No other way around that. That sucks. And that's going to happen more and more, of course, because all the fluoride in the water and all the statins we consume. But at the end of the day, this is happening. No one can deny that. There are some people who live beyond life expectancy. Shocking that, right? Some people live beyond life expectancy. That proves you're wrong, Josh. That proves we're all going to live toward 95. I just don't get it. I mean, I talk about this all the time. Is that you're not likely to live until you're 95. The vast majority of us are not. And even if you were, why would you rob yourself time today of enjoyment and fun and adventure and excitement because you're worried about living what's going to happen when you're 94? I just don't get that. I mean, I get it. You say, look, I got 4 kids. I get it. So I'm like, I don't want my kids to wipe my butt. Okay. So I'm going to keep working until I'm 73? Until the software says I'm going to be fine? Do you not know how Monte Carlos work on software projections? Standard deviation, volatility around the average. That's it. Volatility around the average. That's what a Monte Carlo is. Random events that use a standard deviation, volatility around the average, the mean. It's basically the most basic statistical thing you can come up with. To think that has any assurance on anything in the future is stupid. Now, does that mean we don't use it? Of course not. I use it. It's the best you got. There's no other way. There's no other way. Now, again, I would challenge some of these guys' Monte Carlo projections based on inputs going in. What's the mean, average rates of return, and what's the volatility around the mean? That's standard deviation. But be it as it may, and this lady, look, she's good. And I said, look, you lived on a farm. She knows it. She doesn't have any debt. She knows how to freaking make ends meet if she needs to. And she's probably not going to need to. But all right, let's just say worst case scenario. Marks go to hell in a handbasket. All right. So now you're sitting on there. Marcus went to hell. You think it only went to hell for you? You think it didn't go to hell for a lot of other people too? You think there's not going to be a whole lot of people in the same boat? Hey. The value of living in this fake democracy that we're in, because it is fake. But there is still something to be said that the politicians are beholden to the voters. As such, the markets get crushed. You're not the only one. What would that mean? I don't know. I shudder to think what that would be if we had a massive turnout of people and voting saying, oh, we're not going to allow the bailouts anymore of the banks while we're suffering. I don't know. But it doesn't just happen to you. It happens across the realm. And if you think there's going to be any appetite to bail out the banks again, you're freaking crazy, dudes. In fact, she's sharing me this book, a professor or a rabbi I want to say Joseph Kahn, C-A-H-N. I think it's Joseph. Haven't read it yet. I can't remember what you called it, but he had written these fiction books, historical fiction, biblical based. Harbinger, I think. I literally just ordered it today. I haven't bought it yet. I haven't read it yet. You know, talk like, waiving of debts after 7 years, the Jubilee after 70 years, and all this stuff. I mean, they're already talking about waiving student loan debts. I get it. I don't like that. But the fact that is even being discussed, do you really think you're going to be eating cat food in retirement because the market's in a bad sequence of return risk? Do you think you're the only person that's going to happen to? No. You run out of money because you spent too much. It's just that simple. So how do you avoid running out of money by spending too much? You crack back on spending. It's just that simple. And you're going to, because people aren't stupid. People say, my portfolio is down. I'm not going to consume what I consumed before when my portfolio was up. For instance, I made a lot of money these last 2 years. We've gone to Cancun and Hawaii. All right? My wife's gone to Italy. I was going to Italy. She's gone to Europe a couple times with my daughters. She's taking my $2 to Italy at the end of this month. I have no desire to go to Italy. I love some Italian food. I don't like traveling, man. If I travel, I like to go to the beach in Alabama, Florida, or go back home to New England. That's it. I don't like to travel. Where I'd like to go, it was fun going to South Dakota one time. I would like to go to Traverse City, all those places up there in Michigan. But I no desire to go to the Vatican, none whatsoever. No desire to go to any of these places. Wife likes to, and thankfully my daughters like to too. Why haven't we ever done that before? We didn't have any money. We had nobody. We couldn't afford it. When we had young children, we put on a credit card going to Hershey for 4 nights or 3 nights or something like that. We drove up there from Virginia, we cramped into one room. If you're familiar with Hershey, it's tiny. The rooms are. Had a hell of a lot of fun, and then we worked the next year to pay it back because we put it on a credit card. That was what we did when we had no money. Went to Hershey, and that was just once a year. We didn't do anything else. My uncle actually had I don't know if he still does, had a beach house on Long Beach Island in New Jersey, and he shared that with the family. And thankfully, we didn't have to pay anything for that, but we'd go up there once every other year, every 2-3 years, something like that, for a week, and enjoyed that immensely. But that was free. It was great. We certainly wouldn't rent a beach house on LBI because we didn't have any money. Just that simple. So why are we going to Italy? I'm not going, but why do we go to Cancun? Why do we go to Hawaii? Because we have the money this time, and we pay cash money for it. As my wife knows, if I can't pay cash, I'm not doing it again. We're not doing anything else again. She knows that. She knows how adamant I am against debt. And she says, that's why I got to save up for weddings, because we don't want to put it on the mortgage. We don't want to put it on a home equity line. We don't want to put on a credit card. We're going to pay cash money. Little does she know, I'm telling my kids to elope. I guess that's my teeth. I just got done eating some chicken wings. Ooh, yeah, good. From Pine Street Butchery, I think, here in Atlanta, Pine Street Market. Anyway, same thing's gonna happen to you in retirement, man. This lady, she took a vacation a couple years ago. Some place in the Caribbean. Spent $3,000 with her and her sister. Freaking had a hell of a time. We plotted to do that every 3 years, except now spend $5,000. She's still sitting pretty, man. When I say sitting pretty, what exactly does that mean? Well, it means the likelihood of her running out of money is not very high. You know what I'm saying? It's not high. Could it happen? Sure. She knows it could happen. And we only got her, making between, 2.5% to 4.5% rate of return. So it could be just as likelihood as when she dies, she leaves a hell of a lot more to she don't have kids, but her family. What's that? South Carolina Gamecock. Anyway, the point being is you just don't know. sort of playing as if there's a 25% probability I run out of money when I'm 90 or 95. I'm going to stay working. I don't get it, man. 25% probability you're going to run out of money. There's an 80% probability you'll die well before then. Why does anyone look at that? I say, oh, so you're still going to take those trips when you're running out of money? No. Okay, then why are you assuming that you're going to run out of money? Did you do it when you're poor? No. Okay, so you're running out of money, you're still going to do it? No. Oh, hey. If I'm 60 right now, and I'm planning on 30 more years in retirement, 30 more years, I mean, that's a 50%, because 30, that means you got 50% of your life yet to live. I'm sorry, that just seems far-fetched to me. I'm 51, I'm planning for 30 more years. I'm walking, I don't smoke, I don't drink, you know what I'm saying? I eat pretty healthy. But dudes, can we don't look at life expectancy from a baby, look at life expectancy for someone who's 60, someone who's 50, someone who's 70, and adjust accordingly. So you say, okay, life expectancy for someone who's 65 is XYZ. That's what I'm going to put into my projections. Now, you might be not as good shape, put less. You might be in better shape, put a couple years more. But just the default say I got 30 years, freaking dumb, man. I don't get it. And on top of that, the last part of that 30 years, if you do live that long, what are you going to be doing? You going to be going to the, traveling the seas of cheese? No, you're just not. But what about long-term care? Oh, for the love of all that is good in this world. It's called selling your home and moving to an assisted living facility if you need to. The likelihood you need to is not very high. Hey, but I want to leave something to my kids and buy a life insurance policy. Anyway, snap to it, my friends. Let's look at reality as it is. I will see you.